Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me again today. This is probably going to be my last video from Alabama. I'm wrapping up a few things here today and I'll be flying back to Costa Rica tomorrow. It's been a good trip. It's always good to come back and see my mom. Going home, there's always a lot of ghosts, always a lot of memories. Feel bad at her age, you know, leaving sometime, but life is life. She lives here, I live there. She knows I love her, she loves me. Anyhow, the subject for today's video is the next 3 months. If you haven't picked this up yet, if you've been watching me for a while, you might think like I always do things in 3 months because I stay in Costa Rica for 3 months and we have this weird, it's an immigration thing. I've been living there for years. I'm not a resident, so for our visa we have to leave the country every 3 months, which used to be a hassle, used to be a pain, but now as my mom gets older, it's a good chance for me to come home, and I do. I come back to the States 4 times a year for a couple of weeks. But anyway, I measure my life in spurts of 3 months, and like last time I came back from the States to Costa Rica, I did the Raw Vegan Fitness Challenge. Now there wasn't anything super dramatic, any big changes, because you know once you get to once you've been doing this for a while, you don't have any weight to really lose. It's about toning up. I do feel like, you know, I got back in after I hurt my ribs about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I've been kind of slack these last few weeks on the resistance, like the body weight exercises, like the push-ups and the dumbbells. But I just bought a nice one of those bands to add to my little kind of ghetto gym, so I'll be back in that when I get home. Nothing huge, just got a little bit more strength back by the push-ups and the workouts. The yoga, I'm very happy with the yoga. I've made improvement there. I'm really ready to get back on that. I ate very clean up until I came to the States. You know, it was all raw food this last 3 months in Costa Rica, and I kept it pretty clean. And I made that next step. I cut way back on oil. I cut back on fats, but I'm not where I want to be on the fat thing. And I was thinking about, okay, so what do you do now? I'm not going to do anything like a challenge where it's all formal and everything, but I've decided for the next 3 months that it's going to be low fat for sure. I'm going to really make that effort and not get lazy at the end of the day and say, okay, well, I'm hungry, I got to have that avocado. I'm going to work for the next 3 months to consistently do 10% or less fat. And something else I haven't really talked about very much, but I need to let the salt go too. For some people, I'm not saying for everybody, and I may do a video on salt. I'm not going to completely get rid of it so nobody pounce on me and tell me, oh, you don't need to be using it all. I think there is benefit for using small amounts. Pay attention to that, small amounts of pink Himalayan sea salt. But if you're like me, I think I can understand only because I'm a salt person. I never get the people that are just crazy with the sweet tooth and have to have sweets. I can take that or leave it. But salt, once I start letting that get in, and it's kind of crept back in again to where I'm using way too much and I don't taste it. So for the next 3 months, I'm going to pretty much put the salt away, other than just like a very thought out way of using it. In other words, I'm not going to use it for taste. I'm going to use a pinch every now and then just for the minerals and just for the good stuff that it gets into your body. But as far as just using it to flavor food, that's done. So the next 3 months are going to be a low fat, low salt, high carb. Well, I can't say I haven't been doing high carb, because when you eat as many bananas and when you eat as much other fruit as I do, I'd say it's got to be high carb. Now, I think you picked this up, I don't do this for the vanity of it. I'm not trying, although it's a nice byproduct to get a six-pack. But what I'm hoping is going to happen, and we'll see, because when you're like, I'm a little, even though my weight is good, I could be tighter in there, and I really think that is from that salt. I think it's water retention. I think it's, you know, a little bit of still eating, not in that low-fat zone. So I know a lot of people don't want to equate what you look like, but your body is going to kind of tell you by its outward appearance what it looks like. Now in 3 months from now, and yeah, I'm going to be exercising too. So it's not going to be a total food thing. I've decided I really need to do some more cardio. I got to figure out a time to work that in, even if it's just some Tabatas, and I'll be going into a couple of my workouts when I get back to Costa Rica, but even if it's just like high intensity workouts, a quick one or something, I got to do something regularly for the cardio. So I probably will be burning a little bit around here anyway. But in 3 months, I'll be able to see if this, well, it's not all about looks either. It doesn't mean if I don't expect, I'm 50 years old. And even though, age is just a number, yeah, you do get a few more limitations as you get older. I'm not sure I'm going to get that chiseled six-pack. And for the appearance or the vanity of it, that's not my purpose. But I do believe when you have that tight waistline, that's a reflection that you are eating properly, and that I'm not taking in the things that I shouldn't be, namely the fat and the salt. So that's basically what I'm going to do for the next 3 months. If anybody wants to jump in, like I was very happy. A young man named Ben wrote me through my email yesterday, and a very nice guy, asking for a bit of advice. If anybody else ever wants to write, or if you even want to Skype sometime and talk, I am busy at times, and please don't be put off if you might get in contact with me. And if you send me an email, it could be 2-3 days, but I guarantee if you send me an email, I will get back to you. Skyping, if you ever wanted to Skype, or just throw some ideas back and forth for a little support for each other, or you can jump in and follow, and just take the next 3 months to up your game, whatever it is you need to do. But I think I'm going to see some results, and I think I'm going to feel. I think one thing too is I'm going to feel different in my energy level, because honestly, I haven't hit that peak yet. I've been there a few times on short periods, but yeah, I know I'm not at the energy level. I see some of these people bouncing off the wall, and I don't know if they're just ADHD or if it's really from the lifestyle. But anyhow, I want to try this. I want to do another 3 months of super clean, low fat, low salt, lots of juicing, taking in plenty of calories. Like I said in one of the videos last week, shooting for about 3,000 calories a day, less than 10% of that from fat. I wouldn't even mind, like, overall having it like maybe 7%, like never having more than 10% some days, but maybe having 5% some days. So keeping it under that 10 all the time, and really paying attention. And one thing I'm going to do that's going to help me with the salt thing is going back to eating celery, using celery in recipes, using celery juice, and eating celery to satisfy what I need for that salt craving. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed this video today. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe. Share it if you feel like somebody else might enjoy this, might get something out of it. Share it, and I hope you guys will follow along. And the next time I come to you, I will be coming to you from the tropics again in Costa Rica, unless I get bored in the airport tomorrow and decide to do a video there. Anyhow, have a great day. Love you guys. Peace.